Morning, and in today's podcast I am going to go through, well, this is part 3 of my product launch formula. So a couple episodes ago I mentioned I'm going to be launching a new low ticket product, which is something I haven't done in a very long time. I've done for clients but not for myself, and so I'm taking you through the process of how I get that launched. So the first episode, two episodes ago, was just giving you the context of like the steps that I'm going to be taking. Then last episode I spoke about how I come up with the hook, or the unique mechanism for this product. Really important piece if you want to create a low ticket product, right, that people pay you money for. It's just the way that you stand out in the marketplace, basically. And then today's episode, I'm going to go through a couple of iterations of my sales letter. I'll go through kind of like my first draft, then I'll go through the second draft, and then I'm probably going to do some more edits tomorrow. Today's Sunday, so tomorrow and Monday, and then that'll be finalized, and then we'll give it a test. So I'll tell you kind of like what I'm going to be adding to it to strengthen it. So with that being said, let me go through the first draft. So just so you know, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago, the process that I generally go through is if I come up with what I think is a good idea, I'll write the sales letter, or at least like just a quick first draft. And one of the things that I do is I share it with a couple of friends of mine who are also marketers, just to get their initial thoughts. And one said he really loved the angle. He didn't really have any, I didn't really ask him for any specific details. And the other one said it was a bit vague in terms of the strategy that I'm going to be helping coaches with. So let me read off the first draft and you'll understand what he means. And I kind of agree with him because when I was writing these similar sales letters for Grace Lever, which is the same, she's in the same market helping female coaches grow their business, I always put the steps of the strategy in, but I left it out of the first draft just to get their thoughts. So let me read off the first draft, and then I'll show you how I strengthened it. Okay, so here's the headline: How coaches can use Facebook application ads to generate consistent appointments within 24 hours, no tech or funnel needed. Then it goes into the body. Dear coach, since 2013, I've spent over $16 million in ads. I've helped clients build 7-figure ad campaigns in almost every funnel you can imagine. And yet I've never discovered an advertising approach that's quick and simple to generate appointments for your coaching business. I'll stop there. So one of the things that I always want to do at the beginning of a sales letter is have credibility. And you'll see this on the top copywriters in the world. They'll often do it like right on under the headline. It's really important for cold traffic that you have credibility pieces in there, and then anything that backs up your claims, right, particularly for cold traffic, which I haven't got in here yet, which I'm going to be putting in later. Claims like client results basically is what I'm saying. The personal client results, super critical if you're trying to sell a low ticket product. But what where I said I've spent this amount of money on ads, built 7-figure campaigns, blah blah blah. That's kind of like second level credibility, right? I'm just letting them know that I'm an expert, but it's still not backing up my actual claims for this specific system, which again I'm going to be putting in later. This is just a first draft. Anyway, let's keep going. In fact, within 24 hours from now, you could have your first appointment booked in, like many of my clients, right? There's a backing up claim, have been able to achieve. I call them Facebook application ads, right? So that's the unique mechanism. And they're a very different type of ad campaign than what you're used to. I haven't come across another coach doing this specific strategy. So again, what I'm trying to do here is explain that it's new and unique and different. But the reason why they work so well is because there's so little for you to set up. Here's everything you won't need to get appointments with this system. No tech whatsoever. Yep, that includes no landing pages, no pixels, no websites, no email sequence, no automations. In fact, there's no funnel at all. Moreover, with this method, there's no videos to create, no DMs to be sent, no blog posts or social posts to be written, no podcast to be recorded, and not a Facebook group inside. Hooray. Right, so I'm showing all the things that they won't need to get results. So you can see why it's so quick to generate your appointments. There's hardly anything for you to do. But wait, Luke, I hear you say, what do I need to make it work then? Great question. Here's the answer. A Facebook business page, $30 a day ad budget, and a cell phone. Okay. So what I was doing here, and this is where my friend said it's a bit vague, is I was trying to give them I was trying to tease them as to what what might be as part of the system. But it's hard to, that's fine if you're getting people to opt into like a webinar or something, like a free offer, getting them to watch a VSL. But if you're asking them to spend $67, it's probably not enough information. So as you'll see in the next, when I read off the second version, the next iteration of this, I go into detail about the strategy. Okay, again, it's still not, I'm not teaching, but you'll see I'll go into more detail as to what it entails. And that's it. Curious how you can use Facebook application ads to start booking consistent appointments in your calendar within 24 hours? If so, I'd like to invite you to my 0 to Appointments in 24 Hours Accelerator Workshop. By the way, that was the original name. I've renamed it to Facebook Application Ads Workshop, and it's not a workshop either. I've decided to put it credit as a product. Here's just a fraction of what you're going to learn. How I use Facebook application ads to get 1 to 2 qualified appointments booked in my calendar every day without any funnel or tech. 3 client case studies you can model in your own business. The phone to Zoom sales process that gets ready to buy prospects on your sales calls. My exact pre-qualification sales script you can use to know if a prospect has the money and motivation to buy your high ticket offer now, plus much more, including how to automate the system so appointments get booked in on autopilot. That's right, I detail everything you need to get this system set up and generate appointments 24 hours from now. But probably the best part, you get 100% money back guarantee. Attend the workshop, watch until the end, and if the strategy doesn't live up to everything I've promised, then just email me and I'll return every penny. No questions asked. So that's just the end of the first draft. It doesn't go any further than that. Okay, so let's go over to the second draft. So I sent that to my friends and they critiqued it. One loved it, the other one said it's a bit vague. Okay, so let's go into the next one. How coaches, this is the headline, how coaches can use Facebook application ads to generate qualified appointments within the next 24 hours. Dear coach, if you're looking to generate qualified appointments fast, you're in the right place. Hi, my name's Luke Charlton, and since 2016, I've spent over $16 million on ads. So I'm just going to stop there. Notice how I've changed the introduction. Before it was, dear coach, since 2016, I've spent over $16 million on ads. I've changed it because I wanted to introduce myself very briefly, and I wanted to open with a hook, right? Dear coach, if you're looking to generate qualified appointments, you're in the right place. So what I usually do in this opening sentence, which I didn't on the draft, and that's why it's a draft, when I'm coming back to edit, I restate the headline. I just reword it. I speak to the same promise in the opening line. I just reword it. So again, the opening line is how you can book, like the main result, right, is getting qualified appointments, right? So then in the opening line, I say, hey, if you're looking to generate qualified appointments fast, you're in the right place, because the headline talks about booking qualified appointments within 24 hours, right? I'm just saying the same thing, I'm just rewording it. And that's a technique that Eugene Schwartz talks about in his amazing copywriting book called Breakthrough Advertising. No, I don't have it on my desk. Go to definitely worth investing in. It's about $120. Breakthrough-advertising-book.com. Let's see if it's still available. It is. Oh, they've redone that. It's $125 now. Oh, they've got a different. Oh, they're cool. They've got a different package there. Wow, even Ramit Sethi has see, this is interesting. I've got a breakthrough advertising book. What did I say a second ago? What a lot of the top copywriters do is they'll have the claim. The claim is, so the headline is Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz, the most important book ever written about persuasion, copywriting, marketing, and human behavior. What do they do right under it? They've got a quote to back up that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to add to my sales letter in the next iteration. So the quote is by Ramit Sethi, and if you don't know who Ramit is, he's a big finance guy. Anyway, he says, one of the most sophisticated books on advertising ever written. Virtually every master level direct response copywriter has read this book once, and most read it every year only to discover new insights. Be warned, this is an extremely dense read, but beneath the verbiage are profound insights that have stood the test of time. Amazing book, but yes, it is a very dense read. You're going to want to read it multiple times. I've read it probably 4 times. I probably should need to read it again. But anyway, one of the things that he says in the Eugene Schwartz says in that is, like, when you have a promise, right, you have a focus of the sales letter. In this instance, it's generating appointments fast. You want to revisit that throughout, and that's what I do throughout this. Okay, so I do it in the opening, do it in the headline, and I do it in the next line. Okay, so here we go. Dear coach, if you're looking to generate qualified appointments fast, you're in the right place. Hi, my name's Luke Charlton, and since 2016, I've spent over $16 million on ads. I've helped coaches generate tens of thousands of appointments with my campaigns. See, before what I said was I've helped generate 7-figure campaigns in every funnel like that you can imagine, basically. And so what I did is I changed that bit of credibility to something more relevant to the promise, which is generating appointments. So let's go on. And yet, I've never discovered an advertising approach like the one you'll learn about today. It's fast, so much so, you can have the entire system set up and generating qualified appointments within the next 24 hours. I call them Facebook application ads. And the reason why they're so quick to work is because there's so little for you to set up. Here's everything you won't need to get appointments from application ads. Again, it goes through that same list, no pixels, no so you can see why it's so quick to generate appointments. There's hardly anything for you to set up. So what does the strategy involve then? Great question. Here's the answer. So here's the new section that I've put in, okay? Here's the 3-step process to get appointments fast using Facebook application ads, right? And notice how I repeated that same promise. The 3-step process to get appointments fast. I'm going back to that same main promise, get appointments fast. I'm just saying the same thing, I'm just rewording it, so I'm coming back to that same promise. And anyway, what Gene Schwartz says in his book is like, the more that you do that, it's almost like a form of belief and credibility. It's weird. Like the more that you repeat it, the more someone is more likely to believe it. Okay, and it also keeps the interest going in the desire, because you're coming back to the main thing, the main reason why they've clicked through from your ad, from your ad basically. Okay, so here's the 3-step process, right? First, you set up a Facebook lead ad for your campaign objective. This is a certain type of ad on Facebook that allows you to create a customizable form within the actual ad. In other words, when your prospects click on the ad, a form pops up all within Facebook, no landing pages, no pixels, no funnel needed. Second, you write an intent-based ad. And in a nutshell, that's where the message in your ad gets high purchase intent prospects applying for your program. Yes, cold prospects literally fill out an application right on Facebook to learn about your program. Then finally, third, you call the qualified, it's in kind of highlight there, you call the qualified applicants and sign them up to your high price coaching program. And that's literally it. No funnel, no crazy tech, and no pixels to set up. So notice I'm coming back to what I started this letter of, like no pixels, no landing pages. So I'm repeating that. Pretty simple, eh? Curious how you can use Facebook application ads to start booking high quality appointments in your calendar within the next 24 hours? If so, I'd like to invite you to grab my Facebook application ads accelerator workshop. Again, I'm going to remove the workshop. It's going to be a product. And on this workshop, or in this program, you're going to discover my complete Facebook application ad system. And when I say complete, I mean on this workshop, you learn every detail you need to get your own, I'm yelling because this is like a headline. You learn every detail you need to get your own Facebook application ad campaign launched right after you've finished watching. Specifically on this workshop, you learn, and then I go through those bullets again. They need to be updated. But probably the best part, you get a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. Again, that's really important for cold traffic, that you do some type of guarantee, money back guarantee, whether you're selling on a webinar to cold traffic or a $10 book or whatever. Actually, not so much if it's really low ticket, like $10 or under, but anything that's like say $30 or higher, you want some type of guarantee. It'll boost your response. So get a 30-day money back guarantee, attend the workshop, learn my strategy inside out, try it for 30 days. And if it doesn't get you the results I've promised, well, just reach out and I'll return every penny. No questions asked. That being said, my final question to you is, and this is really important, again for cold traffic, but just in generally for the sales process, whether you're selling a high ticket offer on the phone, I always want to establish the value first. So I do this on my sales calls, what I'm about to do, and I do it in sales letters as well. So you want to remind people when you get to the price, like what they're actually investing in. Right. So for me, for my done for you offer, for example, when I literally create a system that turns paid advertising into high paying clients. So I create the whole funnel for my clients. We do the landing page, we do the VSL, we write the copy, we launch the ads, we tweak it to get qualified appointments. Then we work with you one-on-one to make sure you're closing those. We give you this sales script, right? So what we're really helping them create is like a $20, $30, $50,000 a month system for their business. So before I tell them the investment, I remind them of that. $20,000, $30,000, $30,000 a month. What that's $360,000 a year. That's the system. That's what's going to be generating. So I remind them of that value, and then I say it's just a one-time investment of blank, and then I give my investment, right? So that's what I'm about to do here. Okay, so let's keep going. So just establish the guarantee, no questions asked. Now, with that being said, my final question to you is this. What's it worth for you to generate 1 to 2 qualified appointments in your calendar every day for your coaching business? $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, more? Well, the good news is you won't have to invest anywhere near that. So I've established, because it is going to be worth that amount of money for some coaches. Well, the good news is you won't have to invest anywhere near that. For less than the price of a meal for 2, right? So I'm minimizing the cost now, or the investment. You can grab it for just, and I've crossed out $127, $67. Okay, yep, just $67. To grab it now while it's still available for this discounted price, simply, so I've got a discounted price, so it feels like there's urgency there, right? Simply click the orange button below and enter your details on the next page. Once you complete your order, you can watch the workshop instantly. I look forward to hearing your results. Okay. Again, it's not a workshop. I'm going to change that verbiage. It's going to be more of a short program, mini course type thing. I don't think I'll use the word mini course because I don't want it to feel like, because mini doesn't sound valuable. I'll just say program probably. And then underneath, so I've got the orange button, and then I've got FAQs, right? How is the program delivered? How long how many lessons is it? Is this for all type of coaches? Will this work for new coaches? Does it have a money back guarantee? And I basically say yes. If you're asking this question, you didn't read the letter. How do I claim a refund? Should I need to? Can I via PayPal? What if I have a question that's not answered here? Who is Luke Charlton, right? So I've ended with a bit of credibility there, and then I'm going to have more testimonials and case studies. Okay, so I would say it's probably about 85% there. Okay, so what do I have to add? I have to add in my to strengthen this. One of the lines that I really liked in the original draft that I mentioned before, let me bring it up here, that is not in here, is, I don't know if I'll work it in or not, where I say, look, it's a very different type of ad campaign than what I've seen before. I haven't come any other coach doing this specific type of strategy, which is true. I haven't seen any other coaches doing this. I don't know if I'll add that, but yeah, just kind of, anyway, small thing. So what I'm going to do to strengthen it now is I'm going to start adding some testimonials and case studies to this from clients. I don't know, I'll add into testimonials and case studies, and then I'm going to add in, actually I think that's basically it. And then I'll probably launch the ads and test it, and I'll record another podcast on what the results were like. So I'm going to add in case studies, testimonials, other testimonials that I've got from other big name experts. I'll add in there just to boost my own credibility, testimonials about the actual system, and then we'll be good to go to test. And then I'll let you know what the results are. Again, I have no idea how this is going to respond. It could absolutely bomb, and that's why I don't really want to spend time creating any content just yet. I want to see if it sells. And then basically, if people buy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, what was I going to say? Basically, I'm going to just give it to them for free. I'm going to say, hey, I'm just kind of in the launch phase. I'm going to refund you, and then when it launches in a couple of weeks, I'll give it to you for free for being part of my testing phase, basically. So I'll give them a refund. So the point is, I want to test this via ads, see how it goes, and then if it goes well, then I'll turn it into an actual product. I probably will actually anyway, because I think it's valuable. I think my list will get a lot of value out of it. So whether it goes to paid traffic, cold, I know with my list it'll convert. whether it converts to cold traffic remains to be seen, but I think it's definitely worth turning into a product. So I'll definitely do that. But yeah, just to see how it goes with cold traffic. So that's just an insight into the iterations, a couple of iterations that I've gone through with the sales letter. And then I'm gonna do some more right now before the kids wake up. And then I might go through it one more time, we'll see, or you might even see the ads run. if you're on my list, you're probably gonna see the ads floating around somewhere, so you'll be able to read it yourself. Anyway, hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. If you want help getting clients with paid advertising, high paying coaching clients, what I want you to do is go to apply.lukecharlton.com and we'll have a chat just to see if we can help you. Okay, so we have a done with you program or a done for you program. Yeah, depending on what you need, one of those generally is a fit. Okay, so with that being said, go to apply.lukecharlton.com to see how we can help you turn paid advertising into high paying clients for your coaching business.